we have right certificate diploma courses to PhD and MPhil PhD also there, and we are trying to encourage the students not only to learn Pali but to learn the culture which
Yeah.
comes, which we have lost, which India has lost.
Right.
So as
Right.
Bodhi Mitra Bante must have told you that it is very difficult for us, to
Mhm.
people don't know what a Vasavasa is and why do we have to listen to the Dhamma and all these things, right? So
True.
this is the request, So thank you so much for coming and enlightening us. Please, you can because I have already introduced you to the students and
Yeah.
they are very fortunate to listen to you. So thank you,
Thank you
Bante,
very much.
and
Thank you very
yeah.
much for inviting me to give a talk
No,
to
it's
them.
it's 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 our honor, Bante. Thank you so much. Yeah, we would
Thank
like to
you.
say, you can start, Bante. Yes, Bante.
Okay. Uh, they're all of my colleague friends, Dhamma friends. Today, actually, uh, I'm going to present about the daily life of Buddhism, how we can practice the Buddhism in our daily life, and why it is important to practice to follow the Buddhism. In this world, there are mainly, of course, the Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, of course, the Sikhism, and sometimes in Japan they call the Shintoism. So there are a lot of religion. All religion they have their own background, and they try to present their goodwill message to everyone. Why the Buddhism is important and why we have to follow the Buddha's teaching. Buddha himself, he never forced to anyone that this is correct, this is real, there is no bad things at all. You come and embrace it and follow it. Buddha never talked to the followers. He said, Ahipasi ko upanay ko pachatang veditabo biyohi. Please come and see. Is it the right way? Is it the good way for my life? It can be make me better in future. Please testify it, investigate it, and then if it is good for you, if you feel it is suitable for you, then you can follow it. Just I'm talking you, this is true, this is right, you follow it. Don't believe me. Though I am a Buddha himself, though I am an enlightened one, whatever I am talking, it may be truth for me, but for you, it may be not true. So if you feel it's not true for you, why you should follow it? Leave it. What is suitable for you, try to follow that one. So the Buddha himself, he already clear and clarified to us that you have not to follow it, you have not to obey what I am talking you. On that case, the Buddhism is not a dogma. Dogma all the time, the force to the people to follow it, whatever their teacher, whatever their creator has been said to the people, they try to force them to bring there and to obey it. But in Buddhism, there is nothing just as things. You have not to obey. You should come, and if you feel it is a suitable, then you can pick it up and you can practice by yourself. If you don't like it, there is no force at all to follow it. or to continue it. It's depend on you. So in our daily life, how the Buddhism is working, I'm going to talk about those things today. Buddha himself, at the beginning, he did not taught to the people the precept, observation of precept. At the beginning, only he taught the people about the three sarana. Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami. I take refuge to the Buddha, to the Dhamma, to the Sangha. This is very basic things. So I take refuge to the Buddha. What does it mean? Buddha means what? I have to know it first. Buddha means sometimes we call the enlightenment one, sometimes we call awakened one, sometimes we may say, some people may say he's a creator. Buddha himself is not a creator. He's look like a human beings. You are the human beings. I am the human beings. Everybody, we are the human beings. We have just as skill, we have just as quality to acquire the knowledge, to acquire the enlightenment, to be a awakened one is possible by you, by me, by other. So his way of thinking is very easy. At the beginning, he said the three sarana to follow it. The Buddhang saranang gacchami. I take refuge to the enlightenment one. So what is the enlightenment? We call it, there are the 37 kinds of Buddhipakshya Dhamma. 37 kinds of Buddhipakshya Dhamma is the factor of enlightenment. Or we can say 37 kind of factor of enlightenment means awakened subject. The subject matter is 37 kinds. If anybody can acquire, can accomplish this 37 kind of enlightenment, he can be a Buddha. You, I myself, and other people, if they can accomplish 37 kind of enlightenment, you, me, or the other person can be enlightened. It's very easy things. There is nothing secret. There is nothing more to be enlightened. Of course, if we discuss how can I accomplish 37 kind of enlightenment, he tried to talk us to follow the Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila means precept, Samadhi means concentration, Panya means wisdom. I think you know it better than me because all of you, you have a background of Buddhism, you're learning Buddhism, and you're, of course, getting a lot of information from the department and from the books. So try to emphasize the 37 kinds of factor of enlightenment to accomplish the knowledge, to know the better of the Buddhism. So in daily life, simply we are talking, I take refuge of the Buddha. So if you means, the Buddha means the enlightenment, so I am follower of the enlightened person. I'm not the followers of creator, I'm not the followers of the other or super spacious things. I am the follower of 37 kinds of factor of enlightenment one. So if you follow in your daily life, any of them, 37 kinds, any of them, if you try to follow, so you will be the followers of the Buddha. Buddha means not a person. Buddha means the factor of enlightenment, the knowledge, the awakened one. So, as a human beings, we must be awakened. We must be enlightened. If we try, we can do it, and it's not a hard work. If you follow the 37 kinds of factor of enlightenment, you can be a Buddha yourself. So in daily life, try to practice it. You may ask me, what are they, the 37 kinds of factor of enlightenment? Of course, there are a lot of books. You can see it, you can read it out. You can ask the question from there. Then it will be much more better for your life. 37 kinds of factor of enlightenments. First of all, say for example, I may say, there are the Four Noble Truths. There are seven parts, 37 kind of factor of enlightenment. There are 7 parts. So Four Noble Truth is one of them. So if you read about the Four Noble Truths, of course, you are studying the Pali department, so you know it better. And other who is not the student, but the professional, you can get some books. And those books are giving you a lot of information, a lot of theoretical explanation. And there are some person who are actually practicing meditation. They had written a lot of books, and those books also more informative for us. Buddha discussed his Four Noble Truths. You know the easy ones. Say, for example, he said the dukkha, the suffering. What is the suffering? You know it. I know. Everybody knows the suffering. What does it mean about the suffering? But I wonder that when I was in Japan, I'm teaching to the student of my graduate school. I'm asking them that, what do you understand about the suffering? Do you have any kind of suffering? And they're talking, no, I have no suffering. I asked a lot of students in the classroom, do you have any kind of suffering? No, I have no suffering. No one get they are facing the suffering. But here in Indian culture or in the Indian subcontinent, with the people, even he's a 5 years old or 10 years old, if you ask them, do you have any kind of dukkha? I think they will give a positive answer. Yes, I have dukkha. What is dukkha? What kind of dukkha do you have? Maybe they can say, when I go to this school, I have not available the books. I cannot buy the books because I have no money. I want to buy some dress, but those dress I cannot able to buy because the money is not enough for me to buy. I have not enough food. Different kind of suffering they may mention to us. But the graduate student of Japan, when I'm asking them, do you have any kind of suffering? Everybody knows the dukkha. They know it. They know actually, but they cannot prescribe it. They cannot discuss it to us. They cannot clarify it to us. One student, he is wearing a glass. So I take up the glasses from his eyes and I give a book to him. Could you read it for me? And he said, oh, my glass? Oh, why? Why you need the glass? He said, without the glass, I cannot see. I cannot see the books. I cannot read out anything without the glass. Then I said to him that I myself is not using the optical, the glasses, but I can read it out. Why you could not? Because my eyesight is weak. I cannot see the letters of the books, so I cannot read out it. Then I said, without obstacles, somebody can read out the books, but someone could not, like you. Why? This is one kind of dukkha. Without using the obstacle, somebody can read the books. With obstacles, somebody can read the books. See, this is the how the suffering are getting, are prescribing to the student, because level of the people is different, the culture, habit is different. So I think most of the developed countries people, they have no idea about suffering. Many of them, they have no idea about the suffering. But we, the Indian subcontinent people, by birth, we are facing the problem, the suffering, all the time. In daily life, you see, the people, they could not understand the suffering. What does it mean? So when I discussed to him that without obstacle, you could not able to read the books, but some other student can read. The difference is that your eyesight is weak, their eyesight is strong. So this is one kind of suffering. Without obstacle, you cannot read out the books. So this is a simple definition to create the notion, to create the awareness. What is the suffering is? So, oh, this is the suffering. They wonder, the surprise. Oh, is it called the suffering? Oh, yes, this is the suffering. See, simple word, but could not get the idea. They could not able to understand it. Their realization is different than us. Then I said another student, do you have an iPhone? In Japan, when I was there 17 years, 17 years in Japan. So after getting my PhD there, I taught in the university, Aichi Gakuen University, for 5 years. And I taught another woman university as an English lecturer. I gave some lecture there. That one is different, not related to the Buddhism, because as a lecturer, I have to teach some English literature, some English books to them. But as my dress, because I'm a monk, so they're asking why your dress is like this, why you are not using the shirt and pants, why you are not using a different color of the dress, why all the time the same dress. So I talk to them about the religion, because I'm a monk, my daily life is like this. As a layman, you have your daily life, so you have to follow some rules and regulation. I give some information to them, but in my university, Aichigaku University, uh, when as I mentioned you, the suffering. So another student, I said, uh, at that time, the iPhone is not available in Japan. It's just newly arrived there. And I asked a student, do you have an iPhone? He said, no, sir, I have not. I said, see, this is the iPhone. I have the iPhone. And he said, oh my God, I want to buy an iPhone. So when he's talking that way, so I said, you have not the iPhone. Do you have some kind of suffering, the sorrowfulness in your mind, the worried? Oh yes, yes, sir. I want the iPhone. I have not it, so I feel so disgusting. Then I said, this is one kind of suffering. This is the suffering. So this is the simple talking about the suffering. Really, if I want to talk about the suffering, it's not like that. The suffering is, as Buddha described, the suffering is that the five aggregate, the panchakanda. Our panchakanda, when we come to this world, we come with these five aggregates, the panchakanda. Say, for example, when I want to watch something, If I can satisfy the object of the watching, maybe my mind will be very happy, very pleasant. But when I could not see, maybe I feel so sad and I want to see it. So the eagerness, the intention to see something. If I can see, I'm happy. If I cannot watch, I cannot see, maybe I'm not happy. Then they can realize what is the suffering. But in the beginning, they could not able to follow it. What is suffering? They have no idea. They have no imagination. They have nothing. They don't know anything about that. Later on, after one by one, I try to find out uh, one by one and asking the question. Then they give, oh, it is suffering. Oh, we have, everybody have the suffering. You see, in this world, all the people, they have the suffering themselves, but they boast up. Sometimes they are saying, I have no suffering. I have no problem. I have everything in my life. You have nothing. You have nothing in your life. All the time you are demanding. All the time you want something. All the time your intention is not satisfied. They want something. So you are not fulfilled. You are not satisfied. Unsatisfied life. So these unsatisfied things rise by the five aggregate. As I mentioned, the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, of course, the skin or the whole body. If those things, the five aggregate, if we can realize what kind of thing we are absorbing by these five kind of aggregate, do anyone try to understand it? Do anyone asking yourself today, my five aggregate, what kind of materials or the elements or the thinking are absorbing? Nobody is thinking about that. Though we are thinking a little bit, maybe we are thinking a little bit, but it's not enough. So dukkha, we have to, we have to strongly you have to realize it. If we can realize it, slowly we can eradicate all kind of suffering. Say, for example, at present, the pandemic, the COVID-19, can you see? Can you watch? It cannot. You cannot eat. You cannot watch it. And in this world, there are a lot of things we cannot watch, we cannot see, but we can feel by heart, by mind. We can feel it. We cannot watch it. We cannot see anything, but we can realize, we can feel by our body, by our mind, we can feel it. A COVID-19, say for example, in daily life, is a worldly virus now, worldly disease. It's not a part of the world. All over the world are facing the problem, the pandemic 19. What the health organization, World Health Organization, or the local government, what they are talking about, how to escape or how to free from this kind of COVID-19. They are giving different kind of example. Different kind of example are giving. But what about the religion? What the religion is giving idea to the people in our daily life. Say for example, as I mentioned to you in the beginning, the precept. The precept. The five precepts, you know about that? Not to kill, not to steal, not to adultery, don't do the adultery, don't take the, don't tell a lie, and don't take the alcohol, the intoxicant. These five basic. In our daily life, we have to follow these five basic fundamental practice in our life. If we don't do, killing means what? Killing means the person who is killer, we call them murderer or butcher who is killing. Most of the time, they are the butcher, the killer. Most of the time, they're hesitating. They are getting angriness in their mind. When they are killing, it's a dirty, nasty things. It make it make I can say it make a very dirty things in our mind. We cannot create any clear or clean things in our mind. By the killing, our mind polluted. Is polluting by anger, polluting by a different kind of consciousness. If I'm not clean, our mind will be pure. It's not polluted. The scientists are talking, you should be clean up all the time, your hand, your mouth, your eyes, your nose, your house, where you are living. Try to keep it clean. If you are killing, you cannot be clean. Anytime you cannot be clean because your mind is polluted. Though your house is clean, but your mind is not clean. It's polluted. So by the polluted mind, if you do something, so for example in Dhammapada, the first verses they already explained, Mano Pubbhangama Dhammo Mano Setto Mano Maya. Already explained there. If your mind is creating everything, your mind is doing everything. If you do bad things, so your mind will follow the bad things. And all the time, you can get the effect, the bad effect will come to you. Nobody is giving you the bad things or the bad habit, bad activities, bad karma. It's not given by you, by someone. It's not a punishment by someone. This is created by yourself. Nobody is creating you. You are creating by yourself. But all the time we are indicating by our finger, you did it. You did the mistake. You had done these bad things, not myself. All the time we don't accuse ourselves. We accuse to other. We all the time indicating by our finger, you are the bad one. You did the bad things, not myself. I'm good man. No, it's not true. I am the wrong person. I'm the bad person. I'm the wrongly doing person. And those wrongly doing follow to me. And this is giving me the punishment. I cannot say the punishment. This is the result. We call again cause and effect. There are the cause, there is the effect. I'm making this cause to get the effect by myself. It's not giving by someone, it's given by yourself, giving by myself, given by themselves. We are not accusing ourselves. All the time we are accusing to other. This is the bad things. In our daily life, we have to be careful. As I mentioned, the killing. If you kill, the mind is polluted. A polluted mind cannot do anything good. So if we are not killing, our mind will be pure. Our mind will be clean. And everything will be clean. If your mind are clean, if you are clean, of course the circumstances, the surrounding will be the clean. Because you don't like the dusty thing. You don't like the not things which is not clean. So you must first clean up by yourself. You don't accuse to other. Accuse to yourself. If you are not killing, everything will be pure. Everything will be not polluted. Everything will be clear. everything will be clean. What the health organization is talking about, to be clean, you should be clean everything, your body, your hand, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, your surrounding, the place where you are sitting, you should be a clean up. So this is only the, I can say, the element. House cleaning is one kind of place where I'm cleaning. But if you cannot clean up your mind, how your house will be clean? So you should clean up your mind. So Buddha mentioned that if people kill, their mind will be polluted. It's not clean, their mind. The mind is polluting. The mind is polluted by surrounding things. If mind is polluted, how you can get the peace? You cannot get the peace. How you can clean up the surrounding if your mind is not clean? So if we are not killing, it's the killing. Killingness, if we kill something, say for animal or anything, if we kill, our mind will be very heavy because it's very heavy sin I had done. This kind of sinful work, if we do, the mind will be very heavy. Not only killing, dear listener, not only the killing. Say for example, if you do something very bad, very heavy, bad things you had done, how do you feel in your mind? You yourself are feeling that you are a sinful person. And mind will be very heavy. Why your mind is heavy? Why you feel the weight, the heavy weight in your mind? Because you did something wrong, which is very heavy, wrongdoing. If you do it, of course, mind will be very weighty, very heavy. If mind is heavy, it's not simple, not light, then you can get the sickness very quickly. If your mind is very weighty, very heavy, means you did something very bad things. So mind feel it heaviness, weighty, it can feel. And when the mind is weighty, heavy, yeah, it's disgusting for you. Your mind is not satisfied. The mind is very, very bad. You feel very bad because your mind is unsatisfied. Your mind is very weighty, very heavy. Whatever you had done, mind follow it, mind absorb it. So it get heaviness, weightiness. So mind cannot move because it's very heavy. In our daily life, our mind should be very light, very simple. We should not make our mind weighty or heavy. If we make it heavy, weighty mind, then very soon we'll get the sickness. Surely we'll get the sickness. So killing or the misconduct, whatever in the 5 precepts mentioned, if you engaged any kind of these 5 teaching, if you broke, you kill, or you are lying, telling a lie, or you are taking intoxicant or the alcohol, or sexual misconduct. So you are not trying to obey, not the obey, you are not trying to observe the precept. If you are not observing the precept, then your mind will be the heavy, weighty. If your mind will be the heavy, weighty, then depressedness will come to your mind. Oh, I mean, maybe this deed is not good. Whatever I did, maybe it is not good. It's not, I have not to do it again. So if the remorse is coming, remorse also one kind of sinfulness, regretness. It's also not a good, it's not a good sign for the mind. It's also a bad sign of the mind. So the regretness is coming. And of course, the mind will beget sorrowfulness again, depression. Of course, I cannot get the happy in my mind because I did something wrong, something bad. But this is the effect. The mind is getting very heavy because of my bad habit, my bad deeds. So in daily life, I have to careful. We have to careful our deeds, what we are doing after wake up, what I'm doing. In the middle of the day, what I'm doing. In the end of the day, what I had done. So Buddha mentioned in the night time before going to the sleep, try to investigate your mind. What you had done whole day before sleeping. So if you are investigating, of course, many things you cannot remember. A lot of deeds you can remind, you can recall your mind. Oh, these things I did not good. I have not to continue it. I have to stop it. If it is bad thing, and if you think it's a bad, so you have to stop it. And if you think I did today very good things, this, I think very good. You feel very happy. Satisfaction will come to you. And your mind will be very simple, very light. Because you did good things. Good things all the time, people feel better. So mind will be very simple and very light, very easy. If you do bad things, mind will be weighty and heavy. And you feel bad. The impression is not good. So by that way, in our daily life, we have to see it like that way. I start by the Buddha, Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, and I talk a lot of things about the Buddha and his teaching. And the Dhammang Saranang Gacchami means the Dhamma. Dhamma is his teaching. The Buddhism is not a dogma. It's one kind of teaching. The teaching, who can follow it? If it is suitable for me, I can follow it. If it is not suitable, I have not to follow it. No need. So the Dhamma, what does it mean by the Dhamma? There are different kind of definition about the Dhamma. Most of the people, Dhamma means they are thinking this is one kind of dogma. Some superstitious person propagated thought by someone, not directly, by someone is propagated to the world. This is dogma, unchangeable. You cannot change it. If you somebody is thinking this is the Dhamma or the dogma, can say, is a dogma. Somebody is saying this is the Dhamma means the nature, natural Dhamma. Somebody is thinking that way. Somebody is thinking dogma. Somebody is thinking Dhamma means belief. Somebody is thinking is belief. These three kind of explanation are there. Mostly the nature, dogma, and Dhamma means another thing is belief. These three things people are thinking is a Dhamma. So how about the Buddhism? Buddhism is a belief. Buddhism is a dogma. Buddhism is a nature. What categories the Buddhism will be? It's a nature. It's a dogma. Is a belief. What is that? Or you may say these three things combination is a Buddhism. Okay, let me explain about that, the Dhamma in our daily life. So for example, the nature. If you say about the nature, Dhamma means the nature. In around the world, there are, as I mentioned in the beginning, there are many different kind of religious thought exists in this world. The somebody is thinking is a nature. Nature is a Dhamma. some religious teaching is like that. As somebody is taking, is a dogma, it's unchangeable. The God word is unchangeable. It's a dogma. And somebody is saying it's a belief. Uh, Several things we have to believe, and we are believing several things. So if you think that way, Buddhism is not a nature. Buddhism is not a dogma. Buddhism is not a faith. So some scholars they are talking Buddhism is not a religion because there is no belief, there is no dogma, or there is no natural thinking. So it's not a religion. Some scholar is talking about that. They are talking Buddhism is a philosophy rather than the religion. And many philosophers, many scholars talking like that. So Dhamma, they have a definition. We call the Sanya or the Sangha. Sanya, Pali, we talk about the Sanya, the definition. I have to mention this way, religion. Say, for example, milk. If we call in the Bengali, we call the doodh. Hindi, maybe the similar word there, doodh. English, we call the milk. Japanese, they call the gyunyu. Thai, they call the nom. In India, sometimes the kira. A Pali word kirang also there, kirang. So, a different name. But this is the milk. This is definitions, for example. Say, for example, if I call in the Bengali the doodh, English person, if I talk to them, doodh, this is doodh. If I call him doodh, do they have any definition about the doodh? If they don't see, do they have any definition about the doodh? What does it mean? What is the doodh? If nobody see it before, they have no definition. They have no sanya. In Pali, we call that sanya. There's no sanya because he never see it. So in Japanese, say for example, if English speaker, if I talk about the gyunyu, means milk, if I say him the gyunyu, can he make any sense about the gyunyu? What does it mean? Because he never see the milk, the word, the gyunyu, the word, he don't know about that. So he has no definition. He has no significance of the gyunyu. If I mention gyunyu means milk, then he, oh, I know. Because milk, he got a meaning. He knows it. He got a definition about the milk. Milk is liquid, milk is white, milk is powerful, milk have a lot of vitamin. Different things. He got a sanya, means the definition of the milk. So by the other religion, which religion they are talking about the God or some other supernatural power, say for example, they make the definition. The elements or the supernatural things, somebody makes some sense. This is the supernatural things. This is the God. This is the Vishnu. This is the Buddha. This is the, of course, the Arahant. So some people they make the sense, the definition. But those kind of definition is working in our mind, actually. If we say about the creator all the same things, if you ask the real question, maybe it's not appear, it's disappear. You cannot show the creator or God or the other things which is not in this world exist. We cannot show it to other. But we got a definition. We got a sanya in our mind. We got uh, we got some idea about the matter, about the things. So this is the previous feelings, previous definition, previous idea, previous uh, previous mindset of. So these things actually uh, there are or not, is exist or not exist. We don't know, but we have an idea. We have a significance. We have a definition. We have a sanya. So we can mention it. As I mentioned, the milk, if I said the guinea, you have no idea about that. See, you have no sanya. You have no significance of the guinea because the word is not well known to you. And what does it mean? You don't know. So there is no sanya, not at all. On that case, if we think the other religions, what they are talking is the religion. On that sense, Buddhism, because they don't believe the creator, they don't believe the God, they don't believe anything. What they believe, they have no belief actually. What they practice, I can say that practice. What they practice the precept, the five precepts. In our daily life, as a Buddhist, if we follow the five precepts, this is my practice. I don't believe. It's not the belief, it's the practice. In the daily life, it's the practicing. So if I'm not killing, say for example, if I'm not killing, I will be maybe very kind. People may love me because my mind is very soft. My mind is very normal. My mind is not getting angry to other. It's very calm and quiet. So people will love me. It's not a belief. This is, as I practice, the result follow. I have to wait for the result. The result will follow. This is the cause and effect. What I'm doing, the result will follow me. It's not creating by anyone. It's creating by myself. If I do, if I'm not killing, my mind will be calm and quiet. I have no angriness. My mind is very soft. I'm very happily, gently talking to the people because the, the hesitation, irritation, imitation, angriness, sadfulness is not touching my heart. So my heart is very pure. It's very quiet and calm and quiet. It's very normal. It's very soft because the following of precept, just not to kill. It can be followed, this result to me. And I have no wait for the result. It will be followed to me. I'm not talking lies, say for example. I'm not talking a lie. So people will love me because I'm not talking a lie. Oh, he's a truthful person. He never tell a lie. I believe him very much. So belief will grow by themselves, not naturally. It's not creating by someone. It's creating by myself. If I'm not taking lie, of course, whatever I'm talking, it will be good. People will follow me. If I'm taking a lie, people misunderstand me. People don't come to me. People not follow to me. So these kind of things all the time we are facing. As the precept, as I mentioned you, are the not to telling a lie, not to stealing. If I'm not stealing, if I'm not stealing anything from anyone, maybe people may say that he's a very trustworthy person. He never tell a lie. He never steal to anything from anyone. So this kind of things will follow you because your action is good. So result will be good. You have not to wait for the good result. It will follow you automatically. And then a sexual misconduct. If you do it, nothing else. If you kill your behavior, if you misbehave to some other person, then everything gone. If you have no money, you lost the money. Money can make. If you lost your health, you can recover your health, of course. But if you lost your character, if you lost your behavior, everything lost. You cannot do anything. So in the world now, at the present time in the world now, most of the people losing their character. Most of them, they are lose their character. So they lost everything. Nobody believed, nobody followed, nobody do anything for him. So Buddha himself is not a just person. He's a great person, just a great person. So still in the world, most of the people, they pay respect to him. And he's the monkhood, the monk who is propagating his Dhamma, people try to respect them too. If you compare other religious leader and the monk, it's completely different. In the other country, if you go, the other religious person, the leader, they are how they are treating. And a Buddhist monk, how they are treating to other country. If you go, you can follow it. It's not things to talk. It's just go and see, actually. So, by that way, if 5 precepts we follow in our daily life, we can build up a house structure. I can say it's a structure of house, the ground, the 5 precepts. Buddha told the precepts is a ground. If there is no ground, you cannot do anything. You cannot stand, you cannot build up a house, you cannot think anything without the ground, without the muddy or without the ground. You cannot think out anything. So the precepts is a ground, is a structure of human body. If you have no precepts, headless, whole of our body, if the head is not there, the rest of remaining of the body is not valuable. It's not valuable if the head is not available. So Buddha said, if you have no precepts, headless person, you are the headless person. Your life is miserable. So though physically we have head, but we are really headless because character lost, nothing else, everything lost. So in our daily life, Buddha mentioned as a people, as a lay people, we have to follow the precepts, the 5 precepts, and sometimes we have to follow the 8 precepts. 3 more precepts increase, 8 precepts. A Buddha mentioned that 5 precepts are normal. You follow in your daily life. But if you go some function, a very cultural function, so you should be well dressed to go to the function, to join there. Well dressed, you should make. So 8 precepts, he said, this is look like a well dressed. Sometimes you follow the 8 precepts. It look like well dressed, dress up. So if you follow the 8 precepts, your life will be more comfortable. You feel more better. Your mind will be more satisfied. So try to follow sometimes the 8 precepts. And he mentioned that if you want to upgrade your life, try to come forward. You try to come out from your house. You try to be a novice, the samanera, the sikamana. You come to be a novice or sikamana, samanera. You follow the 10 precepts. The quality. The Buddhism all the time emphasize the quality, not the quantity. If you have a quality, you will be measurable, you will be acknowledgeable anywhere. You should be acknowledgeable You should be acceptable. You should be honorable anywhere if you have a quality. If you have a no quality, who will follow you? Who will observe you? Who will listen to you? So you need the quality. So Buddhism is a teaching of quality related things. Buddhism emphasizes all the time the quality, not the quantity. Buddhism not depend on the quantity, it's depend on the quality. You must make of your life as a qualityful life, qualitable life. You should do it. And the quality, as he mentioned, the 10 quality or 10 precepts. And more, if you want to reach the nirvana, or if you want to realize the nirvana slowly, you come forward to be a monkhood, the ordination. Then you can follow the 227 rules and regulations. See, 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, then 227 precepts. And if the nun, they should 300, 311. Do I mistake? 311, the non precepts. So this kind of precepts means the qualityable teaching, not the quantity. So quality in our daily life, we can be a qualityable person, qualified person. If you follow the 5 precepts, in the beginning, the Trisarana only, the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Just you take refuge then. Then try to go inside the quality, the Dhamma, the teaching, the qualityable teaching, the Dhamma. And then if you want to be a Sangha member, you can be a novice, you can be a higher ordination, or can be a monk to follow the 227 rules and regulations. In this world at present, see, 5 precepts, how many percentage of the population are observing the 5 precepts? If you don't follow the 5 precepts in your daily life, the world will be like this. The world will be not only the pandemic 19, there are more powerful pandemic will come, will arise in the world. Those things are created by ourselves. This is not created by creator. It's creating by ourselves. The human beings is creating. Buddha the Great all the time emphasizing the human beings. Whatever created in this world is creating by nature, is created by yourself. He did not deny the creator, of course. No. He did not deny the nature, of course. The nature, he also gave a priority to the nature. Of course, the quality of human beings can change everything. If you follow the 5 precepts, there is no war. There is no harm to the animal. There is no stealing, something from the rich people's house, or the anything in the street, in the market, in anywhere. If you get, we steal the things. If you are not stealing, if you are not lying, if we are not sexual misconduct, if we are not taking the alcohol, what kind of world it will be? Imagine it. Why you should follow the Buddhism? Imagine. What about the other religion? Do they guide just as ethical things, just as ethical belief, ethical practice in their life? This is the difference. So in our daily life, first, we have to follow the 5 precepts. It's very hard, not easy. Though I'm talking very easily, it's not easy. It's really hard. But it's not it's not beyond us. We can follow it. We can observe it slowly. Of course, every precept, there are 5 elements related. Say, for example, killing. There are 5 elements. There's that. Say, for example, animal. Animal, there's no significance, no definition, just animal, any kind of animal. Just first, animal. Then, dignifying the animal. What is the animal? It can be cow, it can be horse, it can be dog, it can be cat, any kind of animal. Sanya, the definition should make animal and the perception or the definition or the sanya, animal and the perception of animal. What the categories of animal. 2, 3. Then I have to uh, get the angriness for killing. I have I have to bear angriness to killing. If I do it, if I do it, killing the angriness. I need the angriness. Third, then I have to hurt the animal. 4. The fifth is after hurting, it should be die or the death. Did these 5 elements, with the combination of these 5 elements, if I do, then I will be guilty for the killing. Say, for example, people is talking, you are vegetarian. Why? Why a monk should eat the meat, fish? You should be a vegetarian. Many people is talking about that. If you ask the Buddha, if you read the Buddha's life story, what we can see there? How he passed away. The Buddha the Great, the last meal he got from the Chunda. He's a blacksmith. He got the food from the Chunda. And there the mention about the Sukura Mataka, means the meat of the pig. He had eaten it, but he abandoned his disciples. Don't take you, because you could not able to digest it. You could not able to do it. Only I will take. So he took. So last meal, I said. And another example, say for example, he live on, the Buddha himself, he live on by the collecting alms, Pindapata, collecting alms. Door to door he went. People, whatever they have, they offer. It can be vegetable, it can be fish, it can be meat, it can be dry fruit, anything, whatever they have in their house, they offer. So when a lay person going to offer something, the Buddha or the monk cannot deny them that, please don't give it, I don't eat it, I don't take it. You cannot say. Because if you do it, the followers who have confidence, the shraddha, to give you something, to dana, to make a dana, if you deny them, don't give it, don't do that. If you say something like that, they'll get sadness in their mind. Oh, I bring these things with the happy mind to offer, but the Buddha, his disciples are denying to receive it. So they get the mental pain. So Buddha thought about those things. He thought that if I say such things to them, they will get the pain, the mental pain. So I will be the cause for the akusala karma. I will be the cause for that. So I could not be like that. It could not be like that. I have not to behave like that way. I have to follow the more modestic, modern way of approachment. He did it. So whatever they offer, easily he received it. So he did not kill. He is not the vegetarian. Whatever they offer, he received it. So with a monk, the Theravadian traditional monk, they are not also asking to you, please give me the meat curry. You give the fish curry. He's not asking you. Whatever you're offering, he's received it. But there are something Buddha explains. Say, for example, if you see to kill or or uh, to cut for you, if you see it, if you listen it, or if you guess it, the three things: doubtness, listening from someone, and if you see in your own eyes, it's not acceptable for you to take the meat or fish. These three things: doubtness, listening by someone, they already spoke to you, and to see by your own eyes. If it's happened for you, the meat or fish, you are not take it. You could not take it. The monk is not taking. So, as I mentioned you, monk should not be a vegetarian. If any monk want to be a vegetarian, he can be a vegetarian, no problem at all. So it's not a bar or it's not a uh, obstacle for the monks. They can do those things. As I mentioned you, the panatipata. So who is eating the meat or fish? Then somebody can say, you have a panatipata veramani, but you are eating meat and fish. What does it mean? It's not a good thing. I know, but animal, when it's cooked and offered to me, when I am taking, maybe I can guess this is a meat. What kind of meat? If I ask someone, maybe they can say this is a chicken, this is the a pig, this is so and so meat. A fish also same thing. They can say. Then the animal and the definition or the categories, what kind of meat or food, fish, the categories I know. Do I have a angriness to kill those things? Do I have just as angriness, hate? No. Do I kill? No. By me is killed? No. So I'm not guilty for killing. I'm not the guilty for killing. By that way, of course, to eat the meat or fish, no problem. There is no variation. There is no uh, there is no bar for the Buddha himself. He did not make any bar to the people. You cannot eat it. You can eat that. He could not say like that way. So this is our daily life. In our daily life, I mentioned you the Buddhism in daily life. I have talked about that. So there are a lot of things remain yet when I talk to you. And I make the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. I have to take refuge it. If I cannot follow other things, just take refuge. I take refuge to the Buddha. I take refuge to his Dhamma. I take refuge to his Sangha. If this is the beginning, Buddha thought that way. In daily life, just you utter this word. And in the beginning, he also made Samanera or the monk, as I mentioned you, the monk have 227 rules and regulations. The novice, the Samanera, Sikkamana, they have the 10 precepts. Lay people, 8 precepts, 5 precepts, as I mentioned. But in the very beginning, there is no precept at all. Just he said, Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. By these 3 refuges, he gave the ordination, the Samanera, the higher ordination. He gave it like that way at the beginning. So day by day, when the Sangha is increasing, Sangha member is increasing, there are many of them are not good at character. They are doing something wrong. So when it's doing wrong, the lay people and the Sangha members, one is a complaint rise in front of the Buddha. Then Buddha explained to everyone, is it the good things? My disciple, whatever you are doing, killing, you are doing sexual misconduct, is it good things? All his Sangha members thought or informed by formally, this is not good things. With the followers or the disciples of the Buddha, we should not do just as bad things. What the lay people are doing, as a monk, we have not to do it. When the Sangha member declare that we have not to do that, then Buddha said, are you confirmed? Everybody, are you confirmed about that? And they said, yes, Bhante, yes, enlightened one. Yes, that's right. We have not to do those rubbish things, those bad things by the monk. Then Buddha said, okay, if everybody agree that, we make a proclamation. We want to announce it from today on or tomorrow on or now on. We are not doing just as bad things anymore. Then it became the precept. Actually, he did not make precept himself. It's created by the society. As a Sangha member, they are doing misdeed. Sangha raising the question, lay people raising the question. Buddha, he is a so enlightened person, moderate person. Why his disciples is doing just as bad thing, just as rubbish thing, just as narrow-minded things? As they are the recluse, as they free from the house boundary, they come out from the house. So they have not to do just as bad things. And Buddha did not claim that, hey, my followers, you have to do that. He did not do it. He asked, he raised the question to the Sangha, in front of the Sangha, among the Sangha. Then Sangha said, Bhante, we have not to follow this. As your disciple, we have to follow a moderate way of life. We have not to do just as bad things. Then Buddha asked 3 times. Everybody agree? Then they agreed. The when agreed, then it became a rules. And Buddha announced, okay, now on, my disciples will follow this. So it comes the rules. But still, if we talk, during that time, all monks, they agreed or not? If you raise the question, of course, all monks maybe not agreed. Of course, most of the monks, majority of the monks agreed. Few of them that disagreed. Then we can see after the Buddha's passed away, the first Buddhist conference, the Patama Sangiti, we can see the Subhadra, why, what he said. Means during Buddha's time, still a lot of monks, whatever Buddha rules and regulation proclaimed or he announced to the monks to follow it, some of them at that time not yet followed actually. So still, just as monks are available in our society, in the world. So by the rules and regulation, of course, is made a better life of a monk, a good human being. He announced those things for the people. So if we follow it, of course, our life will be good. The Sangha administration will be good. Society will be better. This daily life of the Buddhism, as I mentioned, I want to mention one more thing. There are the Matri Bhavana, Metta Bhavana. Metta Bhavana, Ahang Avera Homi, Abhyapacha Homi, Amira Homi. This Metta Bhavana also very important. I became enemyless. I became good. I became happy. I became diseaseless. I became sickless. Of course, by like me, my teacher, my uh, my higher ordination master, preceptor, of course, my father, my mother, my surrounding relatives, everybody, nobody want, nobody want bad things. Everybody want good things. Everybody want to be free from enemy. They want to be a good by health, by word, by their way of thinking. Whatever I want, everybody preserve it. They want it. So by that way, by that way, of course, we have to follow it. And if we follow that way, the Metta Bhavana, so everybody will be inside our relativeness. So we want happiness for everyone, not myself, not you, not my house, for whole world people. If we want justice metta bhavana, then it will be a very good will we can create in our mind. By that way, the worldly people will be happy and everybody will be happy. So Buddhism is not only for Buddhist followers, it's for all human beings because the message of the Buddha is not only for the Buddhist, it's for the human beings. His way of teaching is for the all human beings. However, I don't know how long I talk, but there are a lot of things maybe left I did not discuss. But daily life, Buddhism in daily life, I think we can follow it well and we can practice this. Later on, if I get a chance, maybe I can talk a bit more. Uh, Another thing have to mention clear is that about the vasa. During the Buddha's time, Buddha was followed this vasa. Rainy season, of course, at that time, the India, of course, the world was the climate is different. So rainy season, heavy raining when the monk is going here and there. So the lay people they discuss something bad, badly word they are using. This is rainy season, heavy raining, everywhere is muddy, a flood. People is getting a lot of problems. Why this Buddha's disciples is wandering here and there? They have no house. Why they are not living in their house? Why they are wandering here and there? The people get very angry. Very bad word is using to the monks. So those things also happening in the subcontinent. So when the lay people is writing such as things, the monks are also listening those things. So one day it comes to the Buddha, and Buddha asks, how can we free from those kind of misbehave from the lay people? Then he mentioned that this 3 month, the rainfall times, monks should stay in one residence. They have not to go here and there. Another 9 months, they can go here and there, no problem at all. But rainy season, especially rainy season, they have not to move here and there. They have to reside in one place and they have to practice the meditation, sila, samadhi, panya. They have to practice more. They have to emphasize more. And by that way, the lay people get a chance to come to the temple, to come to the monk, because monk is not going, running anywhere, he's living one place. The lay people get a chance to listen the Dhamma. Monk are practicing, and lay people also practicing the 8 precepts, and they are coming in front of the monk once a week. Then monks can preach them. I can say this is a very comprehensive teaching. The monk are practicing and he can preach to the people about the Dhamma. So monks will be benefited, lay people will be also benefited because of listening Dhamma. The monk is practicing and he is giving Dhamma lecture to the people, and people is getting happiness in their mind. And so the Vasa started by that way. This is a long history. I'm not going to talk about those things. So by that way, the monks started. Buddha announced that in the rainy season, monks should stay in one place and he have to practice more. People will get more chance to come to the monks and they can get to know more Dhamma. After that 3 months, after the 3 months will be the Katina ceremony. We call the Katina ceremony. In Vinaya Mahavagga is explained very nicely about the Katina Bhagga, Katina ceremony, explained nicely. So the monk who is observing the Vasa, of course, he will gather ropes, the Katina Chivara. He will make the Katina Chivara in the Sima, and then there are some results. When the monks is observing the Vasa, getting the Katina Chivara, he will be the benefited, and lay people will be also benefited. By that way, the Katina appear in this world, and Buddha himself he discussed a lot about the Katina ceremonies. However, thank you very much. I want to conclude my lecture in here. The Buddhism in daily life, I touch a different element. Of course, some is not clear. I cannot clarify it, all of this, but whatever I mentioned to you, try to follow it. And if you have any kind of question, you can ask to me. So now, thanks a lot for Pali Department of Bombay University. Of course, my friend Buddhimitra, who introduced me, the Pali department, and the Professor Yojana. Of course, thanks a lot for inviting me to give a just lecture to the student and for the professional people, the Buddhist followers. Thanks a lot to you all. And in future, if I have a chance, of course, I'll try my best to say something more. Thanks a lot. And
Thank you,
here's
Bante.
ending my lecture. Okay.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you. Welcome. Bhavatu Sabbha Mangalang Rakhantu Sabbha Devata Sabbha Buddhanubhavena Sada Sati Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabbha Mangalang Rakhantu Sabbha Devata Sabbha Dhammanubhavena Sada Sati Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabbha Mangalang Rakhantu Sabbha Devata Sabba Sanganubhavena Sada Sate Bhavantu Te Mr.
Sadhu,
Prasanth,
sadhu,
from me.
sadhu. Thank you so much, Bante. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Welcome.